Well, we're on the road again and driving through the Canadian Rockies again, but this time it's actually not for tourism. We're actually basically on a business trip. I've been asked to give a keynote speech at a blogging awards night in Merritt, BC. So it's about a 9-hour drive, and we thought this would be a great opportunity to tell you the story about Must Do Canada and how we got into YouTube, especially since we're driving by Lake Louise, which is essentially where it all started, because for those who've been following for a long time, or if you haven't, we have a 12-episode series, one episode for each province and territory when we drove across the country. But to get that started, we actually made a pilot episode in Lake Louise where we explained the project, interviewed some people, and basically gave an idea of what the show was going to be about. And it's that episode that we used to find sponsors to help make it a reality.
So after 8 hours drive, we finally made it to our hotel, the Best Western Plus here in Merritt, BC.
Yeah, what's kind of cool is that it was actually Best Western that helped make the Road to 150 happen back in 2017.
But let's start from the beginning, because something that you guys might find funny is that we never planned to become YouTubers or influencers in any way. Yeah. So since we met, or pretty much since I moved to Canada back in 2011, we had an idea that we wanted to travel, right?
Yeah, that was pretty much the main focus. So we went to Southeast Asia for a year in 2012, and I had started a blog in the process, but there wasn't really a goal behind it, right? I was just trying to document our journeys a little bit and share some photos. And
for the next 6 years, that's what we did. We were traveling all around the world, come back and save some money and go for another 6 months and travel somewhere else. And so then when it was 2016, we tried to settle down, find a job, but the economy in our city, Calgary, wasn't the best. So we couldn't really get a job, or a job that we wanted to do.
It was the worst time to come back, and so then I started thinking, well, we need some ideas. I had a few blogs at the time, so I had probably, 3 or 4 blogs at the time, and one of them was called Must Do Canada. And actually, it was probably my least important blog in my eyes. It was just a thing we started because in 2013 we did a road trip across Canada as well with my parents. And I thought, let's share our love for Canada, but it was just a blog. I had no plans for it, and then I thought, well, Canada was doing really big things for 2017.
Yeah, because 2017 was Canada 150. It was a big year where Canada was celebrating 150 years since it's been formed.
We kept hearing so much about it.
Exactly. So Matthew said, let's do something super cool about it. And then he went super crazy and he said, let's do a road trip across Canada for 150 days. So we didn't really know what we were gonna be doing. We knew that we wanted to explore Canada and we wanted to share it with the world, but we didn't really have too much experience about anything but traveling, and Matthew writing, of course.
And our initial plan, the initial plan was to actually do a documentary. It was kind of that year where everyone was saying Canada's such an admired country, and there was some negative things happening in the US, so more of the spotlight was on us. I don't know, but I just thought, why don't we do a documentary across Canada? We'll interview people in each province and territory and ask them what makes Canada special.
But also try to find all those special things of each province and territory, because remember, we love traveling, so we really want to experience the best of the best. So anyway, Matthew sent 300 emails or more to different companies that we thought that it will be the right fit for what we're doing, and Best Western said yes. So we're very happy to work with them because they have so many locations in all across Canada. Really, every single town, probably you're gonna find a Best Western, and it's a great hotel to stay at. As you can tell, the rooms are beautiful, and they have so many services. So they have such a great value, such as free Wi-Fi, free parking. Most of the locations offer complimentary breakfast, and they have a pool and a gym, and the best part is that they have a rewards program.
Yeah, and this is something that, for those of you who don't know, I have another website called Canadian Free Flyers, and I've always been into points. So one of the cool things about Best Western now is not only do you earn points for every stay, but they don't expire. That's something I hate about other point programs, is you have to worry about that. But the other cool is they actually match status as well. So if you have like elite status in any other company, they'll match it right away.
Yeah, and you can redeem those points with any of their locations all around the world. So like that, like super cool.
Yeah, so it was a cool partnership because it was so genuine. We already love the hotel brand, and they've been great to work with. We've been working with them ever since then. So for the next 3 years, and now so we did that 150-day road trip, as you know. If you haven't seen those episodes, it's called The Road to 150. There's 12 of them. They're really beautiful. In fact, you can even watch our pilot episode. That's the first video we ever did.
Yeah, because a funny story is that we never thought on becoming influencers or YouTubers. It really became very organic, and it was just from our passion of traveling and really share like the beauty of Canada, because we love Canada and we love traveling in our home country.
And if you're wondering what happened to the documentary, it's because we actually changed plans along the way and did the 12-part series, and that way you guys could follow along. And we actually did do a mini documentary though at the end.
Oh yeah.
Watch that one. It's called What Makes Canada Special. It's about 15 minutes, and it's just
and
it's really
so
special.
cool,
Yeah.
so cool to watch. Really, like what people need to say about Canada is like super.
Yeah. Carla almost cries.
Yeah, it gets to your heart. Like we're very lucky to be in a country like this. So go and watch that video as well.
Yeah, and it was just cool. So now all of a sudden we became vloggers. We learned how to do everything ourselves now. So now we make all our own videos. Carla does all the beautiful editing. And what's cool, at first we were like, should we focus on Canada? Like we love the country, but we love world travel. But then what's cool about focusing on one, even though it's a huge country, is that it really forces us to dig deeper. You know, like suddenly we go to every city, now we're thinking towns, national parks, provincial parks, there's so much to do. And I think quite often you forget how much you have in your own backyard. And so that's one of the really cool things.
But now Matthew needs to get ready for a keynote that he's giving tomorrow.
Yes, as you know, that's what we're here for in Merritt, BC, giving a keynote, which we'll tell you a little bit about tomorrow. But I have to practice right now because it's a 20-minute speech. So, and I'm the only one. I'm like I'm the keynote.
And I wasn't brave enough to go on a stage because, as I mentioned, we never thought on be talking in front of camera, and when English is your second language, it's a little bit more challenging. So I'm not gonna go on top with him, but on top of him.
On the stage with me, but she'll be watching and recording this, and I don't know where we're gonna fit this video in because it's a 20-minute speech, but I'm sure if you want to see it, we'll definitely have a recording of it. But I actually have to get practicing, so we'll see you again tomorrow. But we just got back from our tour now, and it's not something you can book. They actually just arranged for a local to bring us around the community and show us some of the cool landscapes that are around here. It's really beautiful. Yeah, there's a very big lake. So it seems that fishing is very big here. They even have a saying. It's like a lake a day for every day you stay, I believe she said. So and it was very pretty. We even saw a bald eagle. Yes, that was cool. And we also learned that here is where like the biggest cattle empire is in Canada. Yeah, which is I always thought it would have been in Alberta. You know, I didn't know that it was here in BC. And she also shared with us that all this area is very popular for cross-country skiing in the winter as well as snowmobiling. Now there's not too much snow, but like the landscape is truly beautiful, and that's the cool thing about coming to small towns, that they really have like things to do, but you don't know, and there's not so much advertisement about these places. So we just hope that we can come back and explore more. And now we're in downtown Merritt, which also has this like Wild West feel, a lot of really cute or beautiful old buildings. And we were at the Country Music Hall of Fame, Canada's Country Music Hall of Fame, which is where the speech is going to be tonight. Yeah. And as you can see behind us, murals of people like Carrie Underwood and famous country musicians. And that's the thing, that also we found out that here is known as the country music capital of Canada. So there's actually a very big country festival
held here during the
I
summer.
think it's called Mountain
The
Festival.
Mountain Festival that holds like up to 15,000 people or more. And this year, Kid Urban is gonna be here.
Yeah, so it's some big names. I never imagined it was that big. She said one year was 100,000 people, which is more than Burning Man. Like, I can't imagine how many people that is.
And she says that it goes wild. So we even wanna come for the festival this year.
We might have to come back, but for now we're gonna do something a little more quiet and head to the museum.
Well, we're all nice and dressed up for Matthew's big night.
And it starts very soon. The doors already opened.
Yeah.
And it starts at 6, so.
Are you getting nervous?
Not quite nervous yet, but I will. I know when I'm up on stage I'm gonna be nervous.
So this event pretty much has come to an end, and Matthew did an amazing job on the stage. He's been getting a lot of good feedback because he's been inspiring bloggers, local bloggers, to really share their stories about like their town here. And how did you feel?
Well, I wasn't as nervous as I thought I was going to be. There's like little bouts of it, but no, it was good. But I'm always like not as I always think like, was it very good? You know what I mean?
No, it was good.
But a lot of people have been saying it, and some of the best comments was a guy that runs a non-profit that helps people with post-traumatic stress disorder, and they do like a motorcycle tour across Canada, and he was really inspired by it and like wanting to do even more to get the word across. So things like that.
It's
really makes it worth it.
Yeah, and it's what really keeps us going, and we're very happy and honored to be here and be able to share the story of Most to Canada, because really like there's so many people out there that like need to share their stories, and there's no better way to do it from the local point of view, because you are the experts about each place, and we will love to hear from you if you want to invite us over and share some of the stories in your town or whatever you are like doing. Like we're very happy and honored to do that.
And I must say it's really cool with what A Canada Travel's doing here too, like putting on this award show for them to inspire local bloggers and giving out awards and inviting us to speak. It's really cool to see because they're like small communities that I think get a little more ignored sometimes by the bigger tourism boards who have other things to focus on. But so it's really cool to see.
So we're gonna keep chatting with the people here and go to bed later.
All right, well, it's funny, after our last interview last night, we actually thought we were coming home right away or to the hotel to go to bed, but we ended up talking for like more than an hour and just listening to all the interesting stories of the history around this area. And yeah, it really has inspired us to come back
and do some of those summer activities, winter activities, and learn more about these stories.
That's one of the great parts actually about small towns, right?
Yeah.
It seems like every time we visit one and you meet the locals, the stories are just amazing.
Yeah, very cool to hear.
But now it's time to get back in the vehicle again, hit the road again, and we're actually going home, but of course not home right away. We're actually going to go skiing at Panorama because I think it's our last time for the season. So
yeah. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you know when is the next video coming up. And please leave us a comment because we really want to do more videos for whatever it is that you're interested in. And
of course visit our website
yes.
at mustdocanada.com, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.